Hello everyone, welcome to a quick tutorial I wanted to put together just to show people how to set up their own Discord bot. Again, this is a super quick, super short tutorial just showing you how to get to your having your own token so you can attach that to any bots that you might be having. So first thing you want to do is pull up a browser window. Then you're going to go to discordapp.com/developers. Now for me, it's going to take me straight to the applications page, which you can see up here at the top. For you, you might have to enable some form of developer mode on your account first. When you go to discordapp.com/developers, it should give you some sort of either it'll give you some sort of activate button to activate developer mode on your account, or it will just take you straight to the applications page. You will not have all of these. These are all just various bots that I've worked on. So for you, this page will just be a blank page. From here, there's a couple things you can do. First of all, there's documentation here. You don't need to know any of this stuff unless you're an actual developer for a bot. There's teams, so you can create teams for basically make a team that you can assign a name and its own icon, and you can invite other people to join your team, making it so that multiple Discord accounts have access to the actual bots themselves. And then you have the applications page where all of your actual bots and other programs will be stored. So from here, in order to get to a bot token, you're going to click New Application, call it whatever. I'm just going to call it Tutorial. And then if you have multiple teams, it'll give you the option to assign it to a team here. I'm just going to leave this one on my personal, just for the time being. Also, one thing to note, there is a limit on the number of personal applications under the My Applications section that you can have, and for each team. So what I recommend doing is, if you run out of space on your personal applications, first of all, you probably should go in and clean up some of the older ones that aren't being used anymore, if there are any. And second of all, what you can do is you can just create a new team, and then you can go ahead and add the bot to that new team, and everything should work pretty normally. Anyways, once you have the team selected and a name input, you can go ahead and hit create. You see, there you go. This means that my limit has been reached on my personal applications. So actually, because of that, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a new team. Help if I could spell. We'll call it personal 2. Confirm, and there you go. That's all it is. Current member is admin, so it's just me. You can invite other people if you really want to, but they'll be able to see and access all of the information here, so just be careful of that. So I have personal 2 right here, and I can hit create, and now it works just fine. Okay, so this is the main page of your application whenever you create it. I spelled that wrong, just noticed that. It's whatever. You can edit that right here. So that will change the name. Every time you make a change, that thing will pop up from the bottom asking you if you want to save the changes or reset them to what they were before. Obviously, click save to save it. Just so you know, I will be deleting this afterwards so that it doesn't get basically yoinked. So there's the client secret. I didn't make that. Client secret is this. Client ID is this. You will need the client ID sometimes. But you pretty much won't ever need the client secret for working with Discord bots. It's just not really something that gets used that much. If someone happens to get a hold of your client secret, you can just click regenerate, and that will redo the client secret so that someone can't use it. But again, for Discord bots, this isn't really used ever. What you'll do is over here on the left, you will come to the bot tab. You can also configure the profile icon and the name of the application here, and those will be separate from the bot and bot application things. But anyways, what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit add bot, yes. All right, so here's where we actually get all the bot information. So what you can do is you can take this, rename your bot. It tells you what the identifier is. You can get an image selected. When you create this at first, it will take the defaults from this page and add them to this one, but you can change this information independently of this information. When you actually are going to be putting this bot online, you will hit copy on this token. This is your bot token right here. You can just hit copy and it'll copy it to you directly. And then you can take that token and put it into the configuration files for whatever bot you're using. For me, I always give my clients a config file that they can use, and they will insert this under the token section. If someone gets a hold of this token, they will have full control of that bot, so please be careful of not releasing this anywhere online that you don't want it to be released, and hit regenerate if there's ever any concern that it might have gotten released, and then re-enter the token into the config file. Okay, that's the entirety of creating a bot. Also, I recommend turning public bot off, because if you don't do that, people can just add your bot to their servers whenever they want, unless you want your bot to be added to whatever servers people want, in which case leave that on. Ignore this setting. It's not something you need to mess with. It's not very important as of right now. Okay, so that's the entirety of creating a bot and configuring all of the settings, the profile, and the name right here. Next, I want to go over really quick how you would add this bot to your server. So I have a link that I will have in the description. This is a very useful link to have. Let's see, where did I put that link? There it is. So I will have this exact link in the description. So this is the link that will allow you to invite the bot to your server, or to any server that you have admin access in. You'll be able to invite this bot to. So the first thing you'll see here is the client ID section up in the URL. Right now I just have a bunch of X's. What you'll do is you'll come back to the general information tab on your bot. There's that client ID again. This is pretty much the one and only time you absolutely need to use this. We'll go ahead and hit copy on that and just insert that in place of the X's. And then over here you'll see the permissions tab, or the permissions selector in the URL. So the permissions are the default permissions that the bot will have when you add it to a server. The way you can choose what these are, if you go into the bot tab again and scroll down, you'll see bot permissions. Now what you can do is you can select individual permissions that the bot needs to have from this checkboxes. So for example, if you want it to connect to voice channels, you say connect, speak, but I don't want it to be able to mute or deafen members, so I'll leave those blank. And then I want it to be able to send messages and attach files so it can use images. And while we're at it, I want it to be able to kick members and view all the channels. So you can do this, and then once you select all the permissions you want, it'll give you a number down at the bottom, which you can then hit copy on. You'll go back to that link and replace that 8 there with whatever number you have. Once you have that number entered, you can go ahead and hit enter on that link. You can see it pulls up this page where you can see there's the YouTube tutorial bot. It'll show the profile picture. I don't have one put in, so it's showing as blank right now. And you can see down here, it shows all the permissions, and you can actually select and deselect these here, but it's just a useful thing to have to be able to add those permissions. From here, you can select the server that you want everything to be added to, and once you do that, you'll hit authorize, and it will add it to the server. I will mess with that in just a moment, but really quick, back here on the permissions, so if you want just to give it administrator privileges, you just click administrator. It's the first box here. Everything else will be unchecked because administrator covers all of these. It gives all these permissions, and that just has the number 8. So that's what I had in here as default, just the number 8. So you can see if I give it just a number 8, now it just has the administrator privilege. And so real quick, I'll show you. I'll add this to a server, and I'll hit authorize. It'll ask you to do a quick CAPTCHA. You'll just hit accept on that. It'll say authorized. And now actually, if we pull up Discord, you can see that in that server right here, it says welcome YouTube tutorial. And over here on the side, it's going to be offline at first until you attach it to a bot and bring it online. But you can see there it is. It's now in the server. If you give it an administrator role, it will add a new role to your server telling you exactly what the name of the bot is. So it gives a custom role for the bot for the admin privilege. Yeah, and that's about it. So that was a quick tutorial, a little bit more in depth than I thought it was going to be honest. But there's a quick tutorial on how to create and set up a Discord bot and how to add it to your server. Yeah, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.